Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the 1 in 70-second interactive war game. Well, it's quite clear from the poll that the Malagasy airborne forces do make contact in the what if world with the Marmatian commandos, the super deadly commandos. The president is authorised the military to have powers of arrest in the province of Altissimo Andrefano. And the military and law will be working together to secure the population, protect them and find these super deadly commandos. In addition, the naval forces are also working, and the general has authorised the deployment of a whole battle group of the Malagasy Expeditionary Force to the area based on the company commander's initial report that the area is too large for one company to secure. Now, the area itself is quite massive. We're looking at 1375 square kilometres to 2,200 square kilometres in this area here. The good thing is it's sparsely populated, being a national park. Obviously, the oil rigs aren't on this map, but they're down there. Now, the Pathfinders have found some evidence of a base camp inland, and they are pushing forwards from two locations using their dogs and drones. And the company which has been deployed has secured the high ground around the oil pipeline. It is, however, spread extremely thinly, and it's waiting for the rest of the MEF to be deployed. It is acting as the anvil, and the Pathfinders are acting as the hammer, or omer as we say around here. As you can see, in terms of distance, it's not a huge area when you look at it in this map. However, when you actually factor in the geography, the sparseness of the area, the difficulties getting around, that's where road journeys take a long time. Thankfully, the Malagasy Expeditionary Force is very well equipped with helicopters, and they will be using those to their advantage. So whereas the super deadly commandos might have surprise and stealth on their side, the Malagasy Expeditionary Force has speed and the ability to rapidly reinforce units as required. Now, what it's going to be doing is it's going to be reassuring the local population, and it's going to be disrupting the super deadly commandos and trying to search and find them. So if we look at the area here is the bay in which they have landed. Pathfinders have found evidence of base camps here, and interestingly further down south. Now, there are some main routes which aren't indicated on this satellite image. One of them is here, which is indicated, and that is the road which runs up from Pifili, apologies for my pronunciation, all the way up to a bridge over this river, and the MEF, the bulk of the MEF is actually coming down across that bridge from the north from this direction. So securing this route and also putting in stops along that route is vitally important. Now, this is the main road area here. The commander of one platoon has been given the task of setting up a VCP. Now, he can't deploy his entire platoon because he still needs to have his platoon harbour secure. So he will be deploying 9 troops from his platoon, and they'll be working in conjunction with 3 armed law officers. The law officers will be picked up first by the helicopters, and then the helicopters will collect his troops. He'll be putting in place what's called a SNAP VCP, or SNAP Vehicle Checkpoint. In US military terms, that's called a hasty TCP, Traffic Control Point. So British terms, vehicle checkpoint. And again, none of this is sensitive. This is all open source intel. This is all basic stuff. Nothing is sensitive. You can find all the resources for this online. I'm not teaching anything new, and the war game is not enacting anything new or anything secret. So they will be deploying by helicopter to this area, and the first thing they're going to do is have a briefing going through the rules of engagement, getting all of their stuff ready, getting their kit ready, issuing out the live ammunition. Yes, live ammunition, 150 rounds per trooper, in addition to carrying extra GPMG and SAW ammunition. So they are taking with them enough to fight a battle, because you never know what is around the corner, especially with super deadly commandos. The Pumas, this one is literally just out the paint shop. They've only had time to hand paint the unit markings on there. It's got the 2 crewmen, which I've made from various spare boxes in the back, and Elheim crewmen there. This one has just crewmen in the front cockpit, and I need to do the door gunners, but work in progress. And these 2 Pumas have been tasked, or Super Pumas have been tasked, to collect this vehicle checkpoint. Well, what will happen? Let's watch and find out. For the VCP, they need 2 sets of stinger bars and warning signals, both warning signs and stop signals. The commander then briefs the troops. The helicopters come in and collect them from the LZ near the platoon harbour. The helicopters set down, the troops load up, and then the helicopters take off at treetop height. Everyone in the Malagasy forces flies at treetop height. Well, I say everyone. The army crews fly at treetop height. And these helicopter pilots are well trained for night and bad weather operation. The Pumas streak in low over the LZ. They fly a 360 pattern around it to check it's clear. They then come in to land and deposit the troops. The troops fan out, the equipment is deployed, and the Super Pumas then lift and head off for their next tasking. They're going to be very busy today. Looking from the north, the commander establishes the VCP, a cover group with machine gun, drone operator and optics. Warning signs, first stop sign, second stop sign, stinger, law officers in position with military support. Then facing the opposite direction, more law officers with support. Stinger, stop sign, warning signs. Second cover group, the anticipated heaviest threat is from the south, GPMG and 2 troopers. Well, partially due to the President's reassuring announcement, it doesn't take long for local civilians to arrive, trying to make it out of the province and to the north. There are other hazards too, such as local wildlife. The drone is put up to give the commander on the ground situational awareness and to prevent any nasty surprises. At the first stop sign, occupants are invited to exit their vehicle, open the doors so the vehicle can be checked, covered by the machine gunner and a soldier with optics. The vehicle is then loosed forward to the next one and then into the search area. At the hasty search point, the soldiers do their best to reassure the local public. Some of them just aren't impressed. This is a massive inconvenience to their way of life. What on earth is the President up to? Others have babbies and small children. This is all very disconcerting to them. Whoa, what the? Bravo 1, contact, wait, out.